Before the president's drastic measures tonight that he introduced, earlier testimony by Dr. Anthony Fauci of the CDC was sobering and kind of scary to hear.
We will see more cases and things will get worse than they are right now. How much worse we'll get will depend on our ability to do two things: to contain the influx of people who are infected coming from the outside, and the ability to contain and mitigate within our own country. If we don't do very serious mitigation now, that what's going to happen is that we're going to be weeks behind. We've got to change our behavior. We have to essentially assume that we are going to get hit.
Americans hear that and they want to know, okay, what next? What do we do? America has gone from riding high to reeling in just a few short weeks, maybe just a week, actually. This dangerous health crisis could dovetail quickly into a political crisis, already feeling economic ramifications of it all. And indeed, some are hoping for a political crisis.
You cannot trust this president. Not only is he a liar, he does not believe in anything scientific. The president of the United States cannot be relied upon. Someone said he needs to be quiet, needs to shut his mouth.
That's nice. Isn't Maxine nice? It's easy for elected officials to shout, or whatever that was from her, from their political corners. That's easy. It's harder but wiser for our elected officials to proceed carefully and not get frightened into making decisions they're later going to come to regret. To some extent, this moment does remind me a little bit of the immediate aftermath of 9/11. I remember I was here. Many of us were freaking out. We were frightened, and we were expecting more terrorism. Can't blame us. Congress rushed to pass the Patriot Act. We invaded Afghanistan and later Iraq. Most of us gave our unwavering support. I did. It wasn't until many years later, though, that we learned that the Patriot Act, well, there were abuses there. And over time, in both wars, thousands were killed and others badly injured. Families were shattered by loss and PTSD. Trillions of taxpayer dollars were spent. A massive displacement of Iraqis, Christians, and others, Yazidis. Not to speak of a domino effect of instability in the Middle East. But when key decisions were made in the 2000s, few thought about these long-term ramifications. I didn't. And few thought of the potential for lasting damage to the United States. Now back to today. As Dr. Fauci said, we haven't seen the worst of it. We must take aggressive measures so that our hospitals are not overwhelmed. Yet at some point, and we hope soon, as with SARS and H1N2, this will pass. It's a severe problem, but likely also a short-term one. As we consider measures to fight the virus's spread, we also need to think longer term. This includes protecting our economy. Now, this may shock you, but I'm going to compliment Nancy Pelosi.
Should the Capitol be closed for a period of time, either for members? What about for members? What about members?
And the public said no.
Good for her. While we should be mindful about mitigating community spread, we should also try, I know it's not easy, but try to strike a balance here. Where the risk is minimal, the business of America must go on. FDR told us that the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. And fear alone is certainly not a sound basis for making significant decisions that impinge on our constitutional rights. Rights like freedom to assemble, free association, free speech. Shouldn't we think about the type of precedent we're setting here? Should we assume, maybe we should, I don't know, going forward, that any time a serious disease migrates here from another country, we're going to have to close everything down? As one economist said the other night, that could end up being more catastrophic for America over the long term than this horrific virus itself. What changes in our behavior will really make a difference given this health crisis that we're facing? Well, as some of what we heard last segment from really smart people, they're mostly simple things.
It's important we all take precautions, washing our hands, covering our cough, keeping our distance from people who are sick, and taking the steps that will be coming out in this new guidance to help make sure we're doing everything we know possible to keep our most vulnerable protected.
That's right. But because of the CDC's bungling of the tests at the beginning, We're only now beginning to see the true numbers of those infected. The unknowns out there, they're causing confusion and concern. And no one wants to be sued. I can tell you, at colleges, universities, no one wants to be sued for not using an abundance of caution.
We have closed some schools. We've closed schools in this hotspot in New Rochelle.
Harvard University told students to move out and to not come back after spring break.
There are 24 states across the country, plus Washington, D.C., which have declared states of emergency.
The governor's announcement of no public gatherings of any kind, weddings or church services or sporting events or entertainment events.
Nothing should be off the table in terms of closures of events.
Maybe closing all these schools, colleges, universities, weddings. I guess a honeymoon can still go on, maybe. Maybe that's all warranted. Maybe canceling all these events, entire seasons of sports, all of it. Maybe that's the prudent thing to do. And I suppose that also means no graduations, no weddings, even for healthy people. But let's say things do calm down by the end of April, yet the virus pops up again in the fall. Will this new precedent, again, thinking longer term, the new precedent require that we start canceling everything all anew? And that means no more campaign events like rallies, no more town halls, no more interacting with the voters. Our Constitution requires that our political process continue. This crisis must not be used to help candidates of either party escape questions and accountability from the voters. Nor must it be used to guilt candidates into canceling events for healthy people. At some point, people are going to begin pushing back against mass hysteria. Slowing the spread of the virus is going to be difficult, but we will do it. The president tonight showed that he cares about Main Street and all of the American people. We all have to live, we know it, with a certain amount of risk. We go out the door in the morning. Yet we temper that with knowledge and practical thinking. So let's all be smart. Let's all help each other. We've been through much worse as a nation. World War II, the Depression, just to name a few. We're Americans. We need to stick together. And we have to be unafraid to ask questions of the experts, many of whom didn't see this coming. And that's the angle.